Since you guys have done this already, I'm just going to do the fast version. I would minus 2. Whoops. I would minus 2 from both sides, then divide by 3. And then this is where I take ln on both sides. Because anytime you have a base e, doesn't really matter what the power is. Anytime that's a base e, you can take the ln of both sides. And remember, ln e of x is x. So you're just finding the ln of 2/3. What did you guys get for that one about? Say it really loud. 0.405. Okay? We'll just leave it at that. Negative 0.405? Okay. All right, now this one down here, I'm going to add 9 to both sides. I'm going to divide by 4. I am going to take the ln of both sides. Some of these steps you can skip after a little bit, right? Like now I know ln e to the negative x is negative x. And so times both sides by -1, I get negative ln of 7/4. So that's what I'm putting in my calculator. What did you guys get on that one? Negative 0.559. Does everybody agree with that? Okay. Now, I told you guys we're going to learn the continuous compound interest formula. Here it is. You know what? Just write this and this down. This you've already written down. You wrote this down when you wrote the compound interest formula. So just write what I wrote down and underlined in red. Okay, A equals P times e to the RT. I'm just going to leave it up there for a second, so quickly. Write it down. Okay, here we go. Now, suppose you put $2,000 in an account paying 3% interest compounded continuously.
So does that mean just like every cent?
Okay. What is the balance after 10 years? So, continuously compounded means that as soon as you earn the interest, it puts it into the account and you start earning interest on your interest. Whereas, like, if you do monthly compounding, so you go a whole month where it's just earning interest on your principal, and then they pay your, at the end of that month, they pay your interest to your principal, and then the next month you earn interest on your principal plus the previous month's interest, right? So continuous means that they pay it immediately. As soon as you earn it, they pay it. Okay? Got that? So that's continuous compounding. So we just learned that formula. A equals P times E to the RT power. Okay, which of these variables do I know? Do I know A, the amount, after 10 years? No, I don't know that one. Do I know P? 2,000, that's my principal. Do I know E? It's a number. Everybody in my last class was asking me, isn't that a variable? What does that stand for? I can't remember what E stands for. So E is a number. R. What's R? 0.03. You have to write it as?
I thought it was 1.3%. Like you're kidding.
No, 1.03% would be 103%. We're just going 0.03. We're just finding out. This formula takes in consideration.
But if you put it like if you wanted to do
This
how much it increased like 50%, what did you do? What times by 155 because you wanted
that.
to have that plus the 50%?
Well, that's all taken care of inside this formula. That's a different problem than this one right here. I can show you that later. Okay, and T is what? 10. So all you have to do is type that in your calculator and you got your answer. What is it? Say that again. Can be 12. Oh. I can't hear. 2,692? 99? 72. Dollars, right? because that's asking for an amount. Any questions on that? Okay, now, what if I take that same problem, but this time I want to know, you guys, I'd appreciate it if you didn't talk right now. How long will it take for your balance to reach 3,500? Okay, try that for a second. Which one do you know now? So this is a question about, like you guys said, time, right? So if I put these in the formula, A equals P times E to the RT, I have 3,500 equals principal, I know that, 2,000, E to the 0.03 T power. Now, you guys asked me, the very first day we started using logarithms, what are logarithms used for? Well, logarithms are used to solve problems where your variable is in the exponent. So here's an example. We have a variable in the exponent. We have to solve for it. Okay, this time it's a base of E, so we're going to use a natural logarithm. Before we do that, though, what can we do to both sides? Divide by 2,000. Okay. Well, I know that the last two zeros cancel out right there. 30 over 25, 20. What number goes into both 35 and 20? 5. How many times does it go in 35? How many times into 20? 4. So I get 7/4 equals E to the 0.03 T. Doesn't this look like the problems we just solved now? So what would I do to both sides? I take the natural log of both sides, right? So I have ln of 7/4 equals ln of E to the 0.03 T. And ln E to the 0.03 T is what? 0.03 T, right? So divide by 3. So T, the time, is equal to ln of 7/4, all divided by 0.03. Put that in your calculator, and that's going to tell you how many years you would have to do that. What is it? You got what? What'd you get? 17 point. Well, you can have partial years. You can go days in a year. Okay. 18.6538. Okay, so 18.6538 years. By the way, 3% is a very small interest rate, but you could make $1,500 on $2,000 in 18.65 years if you were patient enough. Yep. If you were to put 2,000, I showed you that last year. I remember now. Okay. All right. So now, you guys, you got 2 more slides left. This one right here, these equations right here are logarithmic with a natural logarithm. All you have to do on these kind is you take E and raise it to whatever is on this side equals E to whatever is on this side. Okay? Now, we just learned about E to the ln of 5x. What is it equal to? It's equal to 5x. Equals E to the 4th, and what do I have left to do to get x by itself? Divide by 5. So, x equals E to the 4th over 5. Put that in your calculator and tell us what x is. 10 point what? 10.9196. Okay. See if you can do the next one by yourself. I'm going to say that again. That is correct. Yep. I don't know the answer yet. Does anybody else verify that? Okay, so all he did, we went e to that side, right? That came out to be x minus 1 equals e to the negative 2. Add 1 to both sides, e to the negative 2 minus or plus 1. And you guys got, say that one more time. What'd you get?
1.135.
1.135. Any questions on that? Oh, we're almost done, you guys. We could probably skip this last one. It's the same kind of problem.
Yeah, skip it.
Okay, here's your assignment right here. There is your assignment. Write it down. I'm gonna turn this off in a second, so write it down. Don't wait. Say that again. Oh, there's no parts. No parts. It's all one assignment. This assignment we'll be doing 2 class periods from now. By the way, that was our last section in this chapter. We are going to have a test soon. Also, those of you who are plan on taking the Trig Star test, we're gonna start studying for that, and that will be on the 28th. That's the one where you can, if you were the winner at the school, you make $200. If you're second place at the school, you make $100. If you're third place at the school, you make $50. Okay. Last year, just so you know, Kyle Rasmussen won, and Kyle went home and studied really hard, and he beat all those people who supposedly supposed to be the smart ones. So he beat all those guys. So he just studied more than the rest of them. He was the Yukon of my Trig Star test. Who was the Kentucky?